creators of life. Their mind is their weapon, and they all have a story to tell. Welcome to the Rose Room, because women deserve their flowers. Tonight, we have financial coach and travel enthusiast, Tomieka Parson. Let's join the conversation.
Always like I thought I would probably be like a entrepreneur from the jump, right? So I was the one trying to have yard sales, sell all my people's stuff. I was trying to do nails. I thought I might have been a cosmetologist. So it was just having my own. I've always been very independent. And so having my own, that meant having my own money. So how can I get my own money without having to be a burden on my family? So I was always trying to come up with stuff.
And what were your parents like? Did they put that in you?
No, so most of my childhood, I was more so around my mother and my grandparents. My mom is a spender, so if she get it, if she like it, she's buying it. But I didn't know at what cost. So like the check and goes and the what is it like the places that you go to get money to before payday. Uh,
Oh,
You know what I'm
like the
trying to
payday
say.
loan
Yes, the
places?
payday loan
Yeah,
place.
yeah,
I didn't know
yeah.
that that's what they were doing. So my
Oh,
mom
okay.
was a spender, but with money she did not have. And then my grandfather was a provider, and my grandmother reaped the benefits of having a provider.
And you wish to have that as well.
I do, but that just doesn't seem to be doesn't seem to be my reality.
Well, we might talk about that, but you ended up creating the turning point to help people with their financial management.
Yes.
And it's obviously for everybody, but why is it important for you to specifically help the black community?
I think the black communities sometimes lacks a solid foundation. I think the Turning Point Financial Group for me is that foundational entry point for finances. I think a lot of times people see these quick ways to make money, and you can't out earn bad habits. And so if you can get the perspective change and those mind shift changes, I think that's what's important to me.
Yeah, and we could talk about the bad all day with us and money. Do we do anything good with money that we
We spend it.
we know how to spend it?
We know how to spend it. We know how to stimulate the economy, but we don't know how to, I would say, and this is not everybody, but planning for our future self. A lot of times we live in the now. It's expensive out here. And so people really focus on the now and we neglect our future. And, in the Bible, it's supposed to have, leave an inheritance for your children's children. We're more worried about us. And so a lot of times, and in a lot of, even my friendships, not even clients, a lot of us are taking on financial responsibilities for our parents. It's not supposed to be like that.
It's not.
No. And it's boundaries. It's saying that. It's like, why sometimes are people paying their parents' bills and their car payments, yet they have nothing?
Are we the only culture that do that?
You know, I don't know. But I will probably say no, we're probably not the only culture that does that. I'm more focused on our culture. But
We're probably the only culture that it creates a burden.
yeah, because I mean, we're one of the cultures where people say you have to get out by 18. And then other cultures, you stay so that you can save and you can build. But we want to be so independent. I'm guilty of that. I left and went to school in 2003. I'll say I haven't lived in Ohio since, except for going back because I wanted to be on my own.
Right.
Would it have made more sense for me to come back home and maybe save some money? I would have been further ahead, but that's just not what we were taught.
And where did you learn your financial management? Like what type of classes or courses?
So I will say they talked about gifts, and I think that's like one of my numbers, money. That's one of my gifts. But I was more so introduced, let's see, about 18 years ago. I took a class at church. I was living in Richmond at the time. I was attending Mount Gilead Full Gospel International Ministries. Such a long name.
I was about to say that.
Very long name. But I took a class there, and it just kind of resonated with me. I read a lot. I read a lot of money books. I'm always into self-help and personal development. But I would say that was kind of the sticking point for me. It was about 18 years ago.
18 years ago. And the turning point is about several branches of finance, but you often end up going in deep with budgeting with your clients. So I was going to ask if budgeting is simply about the math, or about behavior, but you kind of mentioned something about that.
It's
earlier.
definitely about the behavior. It's the mindset. Because I think a lot of times, so you're making set amount of money and you can do more, but more money, more problems. You know, people make more and then they take on more. And then that budget, I use the same budget form that I used when I was presented the form, say 2009, 2010. Same thing, different income levels, but it's all mine.
And just keep it the same.
Yes.
But what's the first thing someone should do if they wake up and say, you know what, I'm tired of being broke? You know, besides reach out to you.
Yeah. I mean, they could.
Of
but
course.
If they don't find me, the first thing they need to do is write everything down. You need to have an outlook of your finances. So you need to sit down and say, hello, my name is, and write down everything.
And what exactly are they writing down?
Anything they spend money on. So it's going to be, I would say needs, wants, whatever, but you're thinking rent, mortgage, electric, gas, internet, utilities, cell phone bills, streaming services, gas, anything that you're going to spend money on, you need to write that down. And if you don't want to write it down, because we are in 2026, I know I'm like the only one that still has a checkbook. You can get your bank statements. I'm not the only one that still has a checkbook, but my grandma still got one.
Yeah, I was about to say everybody
Shout
over
out
7.
But you can just get a printout of your bank statement. It'll tell you where your money's going. And I would say that's the first step.
Why is that? That seems so simple. I mean, to me, why is it so hard for people?
It's just stressful. Like you see that you don't have. You're just trying to make it day to day. You don't want to come to the reality that, you're probably spending your money wrong.
What's something that people spend their money on, too much money on, that they don't realize? One of those sneaky buys.
Ooh, Uber Eats,
Is that
Uber,
really-
DoorDash.
I mean, the delivery fee is almost as much as
It
the
is.
food you buy.
I literally was about to order. I was being lazy because I'm human too. And I was being lazy one day and I was about to order something from like Slutty Vegan because they had like buy one, get one free. And then I looked at the fees and I was like, you know what? I'm about to go outside because I hadn't went grocery shopping and I just walked and got me something to eat.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I'll just jog to the store or something.
not jogging. But yeah, it's stuff like that. The streaming services, when you leave your trial period, you forget that you're getting charged for these things. Some people have double subscriptions. They just don't know because they're not taking a look at it.
And that's why this thing stay on Tubi right there.
See, and Tubi is free.
That's what I'm talking about.
But so for me, and I think too, I pay for internet, and through Xfinity, they offer Peacock for free. And so that's how I have Peacock.
So you have to look for deals. And,
you do.
What's the new word for coupons? Because now I'm old.
I mean, we old. I still say coupons. And it's crazy when you say coupons because, again, going back to my childhood and even early adulthood and even into probably like my 20s, 30s, I was an extreme couponer. I was double couponing and everything. I'm trying to save my coins.
Right. So I'm the same way. But, of course, the next question is going to be, what's the difference between living life and being irresponsible? Because they're going to say, I'm living my life.
Like YOLO. And just think about your older version of yourself. You can, it's called balance. You can do both. I love to travel. I'm actually going to France at the end of June. That trip is probably one of the most expensive trips I'm ever going to take myself on. It took me, I was on a payment plan to do it. I didn't just drop this money and say, I'm about to throw this on my credit card at 27.99%. No, I planned. So I feel like people may see my social media or see my YouTube and be like, oh, she's living life. No, I live a planned life.
A real plan.
Yes, and there's a difference, and I still enjoy it. Now, some people, they're very spontaneous. They're, I'm not doing all that. You knew you were going there in 2025, and now it's 2027. I like to live in the moment. Well, look for those deals. I went to Mexico years ago on a living social deal. You can still live life, save money, and then build to your future self.
And what is that you said, a living deal?
Oh, living social and Groupon. Social? Have you ever heard?
No.
No Groupon?
I never heard of it.
Y'all ain't never heard of Groupon?
I mean, I've heard of Groupon. I'm talking
But it's
about
like Living Social. So Living Social was, so back, I don't know if they still have Living Social. I thought they did. I guess that's how old I am now. But Living Social was similar
we
to
like
Groupon.
the same age.
But you didn't know about Living Social.
I mean,
But it's the same as Groupon.
okay.
But they had trips on there.
Oh, okay.
And
So it's like a
so-
website.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, it's an app, and then they had like trips, and so you could scroll up, and I saw like Mexico, and I'm like the friend in the group that's like, that looks like a deal. Either it's gonna be a scam or it's actually gonna turn into something. And I booked it and went to Cabo, and yeah.
What's something financially you wish the students in school learned if you had your way with the government? And
I feel like if there was a financial literacy course that was mandatory, because it's more than just budgeting. I think we don't know about investing, whether that be just through a regular 9-to-5, 401k, or TSP if you're in the government. We don't know about those different savings accounts, money markets or high yield savings. I just think basic financial literacy. No one topic, just a course. I had to take a course like that when I was in college, my freshman year. Don't think I applied anything my freshman year, but
where'd you go?
I went to Alabama A&M.
Okay.
So, yes.
All right, cool. And what's something you had to unlearn personally about finances? Or a hard lesson you learned, I should say.
A hard lesson.
Because you've been out on your own for a while.
I know, since 2003, but I'm 21, so it's fine.
I know. Right?
A hard lesson I've had to unlearn, or I would say, it's not a hard lesson, because I'm trying to word it, and then I'll tell you the story behind it. Because I think that a lot of times we're worried about what other people are going to say. And I think when I turned 40, I could care less anymore. And so when it comes to decisions with money, I think that's something that I had to, I am unlearning, is that I'm doing stuff for my future self. I'm doing stuff for the life that I want to live. I want to share stuff so people are inspired. And if that goes against what somebody else says or thinks, it's okay. It's okay. And I say that because during COVID, I worked a lot. And so it was like unlimited overtime. What was you about to say?
What kind of work?
Oh, so full time I work for the federal government. And so I worked a lot.
Okay.
And it's fine. It was just unlimited overtime, which means more money.
Right.
And so you get to a point where I wanted to buy like a new car, because I felt like I deserved this new car. Like, I should buy this car because it's gonna show success. And it's okay. I mean, it's COVID, the world shut down, we weren't going anywhere. And so I go out and I built me a BMW, called it, picked the color, built it from scratch. 14 months in, I was like, yeah, I don't really like this car. Like, I'm an experienced person. Like, if I could have both, the materialistic and the experiences, I would have both.
Right.
But for future Tomieka, I'll take the experience over a materialistic item any day. And so 14 months in, I sold that car and I bought the car that I pulled up in. And I think also too, I went to the Maldives during that time, and that opened my eyes back up to, I like to travel. And so for the longest, I went back. I probably would have got rid of it 11 months in, but I was going back and forth with what people would think.
So people need to just accept what they like, I guess you would say, because you realize you didn't care about the material things, and you liked experiences and travel. So it is okay for people to spend their money on the things they like, because that's a common misconception about financial coaches and things like that. Like, she's not going to let me buy anything.
No,
that's not true.
I'm not going to restrict you. If that's what's important to you, it's priorities. If that's what's important to you, then that's what we'll budget towards. But there does have to be some give and take. So, and that was my take. Like, I would rather go on trips than have this car. And so I got rid of it. And I have friends that are like, girl, why would you get rid of that car? It was so nice. Girl, how are you in Bali and Japan? That's what I prioritize, is experiences.
And travel.
Yeah.
Money moves and city views.
Money views and city views.
What made you start showing more of your personality and your travel content online?
You know, I feel like I should have been like on a reality show back in the day.
Which one?
How far you want me to go back? So Disney used to have a reality show called like, it was like a camp. I feel like it was called Bug Juice or something like that.
Disney?
Yes.
I wasn't a Disney kid.
You wasn't a Disney kid? I mean,
I was so grown and out the house running the streets.
It was like they were at this camp in Maine, and it was like kids, but they filmed it. And so I would watch that. And so I'd be like, man, I wouldn't do that if I was him or her, or look at their little relationship and da-da-da. Then you get to MTV and you get to the real world and all that kind of stuff. So I think my personality, and I think you've seen a little of it just kind of meeting me. I'm a character in itself. And so once I turned 40, I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna start me a channel. And initially it was to educate financial stuff, but I didn't have like a setup like you, and I just started walking around, and so I turned it into vlogs. And I said, this is how I'm gonna get people to learn me, know my personality, know that I'm a real person. I'm not gonna be out here trying to scam you. So when I start talking about financial content, I have that trust built.
So you're gonna combine.
I'm gonna merge the two.
Look, y'all, I'm living life, but here's a lesson.
Yeah. So it's gonna do that. And like one of the episodes I want to do is like one on like identity theft and just different things.
And what's one of your favorite trips you've been on?
My favorite place, hands down, is the Maldives. There is no episode on that.
Why?
But because I hadn't done it yet. I haven't started chilling yet.
No, I mean, why is it your favorite place?
It's just, oh my gosh, it's so peaceful and serene. That's the only thing. If you're looking to chill, this isn't a turn-up trip, because the only thing on that island was the resort. You had to catch a little plane to get there. That is hands down my favorite place. I think that's what made me realize kind of my purpose. It made me realize what I like to do is travel. And then I was like a 12-hour time difference, so nobody was calling me or anything. So I loved it. The people were nice, the water was blue, the weather was perfect. If I was to say off of my channel, I would say Jamaica.
Can people make travel requests for you? Like, you know, can they inbox you like, hey, do Jamaica, and then you go there?
Yeah, that's in my budget.
Oh.
Yeah, it's in my budget.
No, so how do you feel about girls' trips?
I don't travel with everybody. So a girls' trip is fine as long as it's the girls I travel with and they know who they are.
Oh, okay. Not shouting them out. Oh.
Yeah, I know. I have two roommates from college that I travel with. And then I have two best friends that I'll travel with. I'm not saying I won't travel with everybody else, but we travel well together. But I will say on my channel, the trips that are on there, I travel with a company called Unique Ventures. It's a Black-owned husband-wife duo that curates luxury trips. A keyword, curates luxury group trips. And so there are people on those trips, mostly women. Sometimes there are couples. And so those trips I can get down with.
And going over to the men, would you ever front the bill on a vacation with a man?
It depends on what it's for. Because I believe that people need to stay in their relationships. And if that's what works for your relationship, then sure. If it's for like a birthday or a celebration or something, it's a surprise, then yes. But you know, you will hope that that person's doing the same thing for you, and it's not like a one-way street. Because Cabo, I went with an ex-boyfriend, and I paid for that, and it was
He
for
was
like
your
a
ex
birthday.
already?
No, he was a boyfriend then. He's an ex now.
Okay.
Shout out to him too.
Well, damn.
Nothing. No.
It's all good.
Yeah. But I paid for that. It was like a kind of surprise. Like I had already paid for it, and I'm like, and then we started dating. So I wasn't gonna be like, hey, give me half. And mind you, it was on Groupon, so it wasn't that much either. He just had to pay for his flight.
Okay.
I'm not a sugar mama.
It's all good. You can be what you want. I ain't judging.
I'm not.
Yeah. I got my gray hair too. I'll be up there. What is your definition of financial freedom?
Freedom is all about making the choices that you want to make. And so financially, if I want to wake up and go out and volunteer all day, that's financial freedom for someone. And I don't have any bills, like, and I'm not talking like mortgage, you know, I could be talking mortgage, But I feel like I'm financially free right now, although I have a mortgage, because I can make the decisions that I want to.
Right. What do you want in the future as far as money moves, city views, or the turning point?
So I see this, I would love to start curating like group events, bringing women together just to get on one accord, just taking it to the masses. Like right now I offer like one-on-one deep dives. I want to make that bigger. I want the channel to just grow, you know, like anything. Right now, I feel like I'm nurturing it. I'm planting the seeds. I'm getting out there. I'm doing the things that make me sweat and scare me. But I definitely see it just growing and evolving. Like the Turning Point Financial Group, and mind you, I picked the Turning Point because of my initials for my first and last name. And then I find out like Turning Point USA. Did not know that. Have you heard of Turning Point?
No.
With the Kirks. Okay.
Wait, who's the Kirk?
I'm trying to think of his name. The guy that got shot, and the wife, Erica Kirk.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah, the white boy.
Yes. So their whole thing is Turning Point USA.
Oh, okay.
And so I didn't know. I was just coming up with something for my initials. So the Turning Point might change, but the concept won't go away. So, but I love Money Moves and City Views. I definitely want to grow that. But the financial coaching, I want to make it bigger. I want to reach more people. I just want to be impactful. And then Money Moves and City Views, I just want people to see like it's okay to do it scared. Like there's joy in it.
And you said you're doing things that make you sweat. Another thing I want people to relate to you with.
Yes.
You're running a marathon. Is that what it's called? Marathon?
I'm doing a half.
A half marathon?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm doing a half.
Why?
So
You see, I don't like running.
I'm like,
why are you doing
why?
that?
So my why is simple. My mother, my mom has MS, but she had a stroke about 3 years ago. The stroke put her into a nursing home. And so she's on a feeding tube and trach, unable to really communicate, unable to do anything on her own. My mom's my biggest supporter, biggest cheerleader. Like my best friend will get a van and bring her here because she can't move from the waist down. That changed my normal, like what I was used to changed the moment she had that stroke, and things haven't been the same. I have a grandmother who's 87. Love my grandmother to death. She's not coming to visit me in Baltimore. I'm from Ohio. That's where all my family is. My grandmother used to be a runner. My mom was a runner. I jokingly told my grandmother, and this was when I was 39, so going into my 40th birthday, I said, Grandma, if I run a marathon, will you be there? And she said, if you run a marathon, I will be at the finish line. And that day I committed to running my first half marathon back in my hometown of Akron, Ohio. Since then, the next year I ran 2, and then this year I'm looking to run 3.
I'm proud of you.
So,
where can they find you, follow you, support you?
So you can find me on Instagram and YouTube at Money Moves and City Views, as well as my personal page is TP_reloaded, and it's RE10ADED. I was an R. Kelly fan, and all that stuff happened. So
That's all good.
yeah, but TP Reloaded, and then at Money Moves and City Views on Instagram and YouTube.
All right. Well, you can look at the camera and give them your last words. You know when they got that picture of you and you've got that writing underneath it.
Yeah. So yeah, last words. Finances isn't about always taking things away. Sometimes it's just about balance and checking your priorities. Instead of thinking about the now, think about your future self and how the now plays into it. I think that all goals can be reached. You just need a strategy. I tell my clients all the time, you don't have a money problem, you have a strategy problem. So just take a step back, look at your finances, get acquainted with them, get acquainted with your bills, get acquainted with how you want your life to be, your lifestyle, and then make a plan that fits it and just makes your future self even that much better.
You deserve your flowers. Felt like you was about to start preaching.
Listen, hallelujah. Amen. Lord, I'm sweating.
Don't worry, sweat don't show on here.